Hello everyone. Today I am going to tell you the treatment of cardiogenic shock. Whenever patient is having the cardiogenic shock, example if the patient is a known case of the congenital heart disease or having the decreased myocardial contractility because of the myocardial ischemia or myocardiopathy, example in newborns, generally patient is having the cardiogenic shock after severe birth asphyxia. So in this condition, first we have to do the ABCD, airway, breathing and circulation, and D for dextrose. So for airway breathing, we have to keep the patient on the oxygen support to maintain the oxygenation and ventilation, preferably by the non-rebreathing mask at high flow oxygen. And we have to keep the patient in supine position, and if patient is comfortable, then 30-degree leg elevation in Trendelenburg position we can keep. But in pediatric patient, generally we keep the patient in supine position. And we have to measure the blood sugar also, and we have to insert the IV line. And if the blood sugar is less than 60 mg per dl after 1 month of the age, then we have to give the 25% dextrose, 2 ml per kg. Straight dose can be given by the peripheral line. If it is not available, then 10% dextrose, 5 ml per kg can be given. If still not available, then 5% dextrose can be given, 10 ml per kg straight dose. And after inserting the IV line, we have to start the fluid therapy in cardiogenic shock. So after ABCD, in fluid therapy for cardiogenic, we have to give the fluid very cautiously. So in this, fluid will be given very slowly and small volume will be given. So only 5 to 10 ml per kg over a period of 20 minutes we have to give. If patient is showing any sign of the fluid overload, example heart rate is increasing almost 15 per minute from the baseline, respiratory rate is increasing 5 per minute above the baseline, you find that the patient is having the raised JVP, basal crepitation on auscultating the lung field, and liver size is increased, then don't give the second fluid bolus in cardiogenic shock. If patient is not showing any sign of the fluid overload and patient is improving, then you can give the second 5 to 10 ml per kg over a period of 20 minutes. But not more than these 2 fluid bolus should be given in cardiogenic shock. After giving this fluid therapy, we have to start the drug inotrope dobutamine, which is the drug of the choice for the cardiogenic shock, and it acts mainly on the myocardial contractility. Also other action is it is vasodilator. And dose of the dobutamine is 5 to 20 microgram per kilogram per minute. And it is very easy to calculate the dose of dobutamine by a simple trick, as the concentration of dobutamine is 50 milligram per ml. So for 10 microgram dose, just you have to multiply the weight with 0.3. Example, if the 10 kilogram baby having the cardiogenic shock, then you have to give the 10 into 0.3 means 3 ml dobutamine should be diluted in 50 ml normal saline, and this 53 ml should be divided with the 24, so almost 2.18 ml per hour will be the rate for the dobutamine infusion in this case. If patient is responding, you have to reassess again all the vital signs. You have to assess the blood pressure, heart rate, respiratory rate, and also check the liver size and basal crepitation. If the patient is having normal or decreased heart rate and decreased respiratory rate compared to the previous, and BP is also maintained, CRT is also normal, 2 or then continue this dobutamine infusion at the dose of 5 to 10. If requiring, then go up to the 20. So for 20, just you have to double the dose which you have calculated with the trick. So for 10 kg weight, if you want to give for 20 microgram dose, then dose will be 6 ml over a period of 24 hours. If patient is not responding to the dobutamine maximum dose, then we can start the milrinone. And the milrinone is mainly action is on the cardiac contractility. It is also the vasodilator. So it also helpful for the diastolic relaxation action. So loading dose of milrinone is 50 microgram per kilogram. Then we have to start the continuous infusion 0.5 to 1.5 microgram per kilogram per trick for the milrinone loading dose is weight into 2 international units. So if the 10 kg weight baby, then we will multiply the 10 with the 2, so 20 international unit, and we know in 1 ml in insulin syringe there are 40 international unit. So 0.5 ml will be given as a loading dose for 10 kg weight, and the concentration in ampule is 1 mg per ml milrinone is available now. And for maintaining dose, after giving the loading dose of 50 microgram per kilogram, maintaining dose, if you are willing to start at 1 microgram per kilogram per minute, then the trick for the maintaining dose is weight into 1.5 ml. If patient is not responding even after the dopamine and milrinone, then we can try the epinephrine, adrenaline, and the dose of adrenaline is 0.05 to 3 microgram per kilogram per minute. And if you are willing to start at 1 microgram dose, then the trick for the adrenaline is weight into 1.5 continuous infusion. So this is the algorithm for the cardiogenic shock. First do the ABCD, then slow and low volume of the fluid should be given 5 to 10 ml per kg over a period of 20 minutes. If not responding, then we can add the dopamine. If not responding with the maximum dose of dopamine, then milrinone should be added. If not responding to the maximum dose of milrinone, then we can give the adrenaline also with the maximum dose of 3 microgram per kilogram per minute. Thank you so much. This is for the treatment of cardiogenic shock.